Hello and welcome to the romantic edition of The Morning Pill. Yes, I'm still gonna come up with a better name. I'm your host, Andrew Ferris, and fair warning, this episode is going to be a shorter one. Things happen, don't worry about it. Anyway, I can't go on the full length. Anyway, on last episode of Ramble On, I talked about a blind date that I was gonna go on and promised to give you a recap of what happened. And, well, it didn't. Nothing actually happened. See, right after I posted the episode, I got a text from the girl saying she wasn't feeling too well and canceled it altogether. So, I invited Nick and Abby to go on a road trip. I still wanted to test out the vehicle. Funny story from that trip, we got hungry. So Nick says we can be safe and go somewhere we know, or be adventurous and try something new. All I said to him was I want to eat somewhere with meat. That was my only criteria. So he says, let's go have either hot dogs or tacos. Again, I didn't care, so I just let them deliberate what they wanted to do while I sat and listened to my music. They decided on tacos, so we set sails, only to discover an organic taco restaurant. And by organic, I mean vegan. We also didn't discover this until we bit into the food. I won't give the name of this place because, while both Nick and Abby enjoyed the food, I can describe my meal as dirt with salad dressing. All in all, it was a good trip. I still got to test the new ride, but I haven't met this person yet. Instead, we've rescheduled for Thursday where we're gonna go hiking. And since then, I've come up with a way to figure out what to talk about on date one. You know, start the conversation going. And I want your opinion about what I came up with. So the first thing I came up with was a game of 2 truths and a lie, where the date says 3 things and you have to find out which of those things is a lie. I figured that could help break the ice and also be fun to play. Another thing I thought of was to ask if she's ever learned something life-changing after a mistake. Of course, with it being such a loaded question, I would give an example from my life, removing any awkward tension, hopefully. Then I had an idea. What if I asked, what should I know about you that I'd never think to ask about myself? Because I feel that would make me look more interested, plus hopefully get some interesting talking points. And the final thing that I thought about that I think could be interesting is, what do you want your legacy to be? When people look back on your life, what is the first thing you want them to think of? Instead of the simple version of what's your dream job, because I believe this would create a very passionate conversation. If you liked any of those questions, you could feel free to use them, but if you have any questions that you think would perfectly fit a first date, let me know in the comments. There's actually a married couple that I read about recently that makes me very curious on how their first date went. More on that in our news story. During the filming of Mad Max Fury Road, a romance blossomed. It was the romance of Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron's stunt doubles. Dane and Dana, I am not kidding, real names, met during a scene in the movie where their respective characters fight, and are quoted as saying it was love at first sight. They have since then gotten married and have a 1-year-old child. Now, Brad and Angelina in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I can kind of understand. This movie doesn't exactly scream romance. Now, looking at the clock, it seems I've been talking far too long about relationships, so I'm gonna move on to something more along the lines of playing by yourself. At least for me. See, I'm not a major gamer, I'm a casual, and I like to casually play games. And with E3 wrapping up, I want to do a 5-finger countdown for what I'm most excited for coming out of E3. Begin. 5.
Welcome to the madhouse, Batman! I set a trap, and you sprang it gloriously! Now let's get this party started.
Now, this game wasn't exactly announced at the convention, but they did show a new trailer, which just makes me want to play this game even more. The first game I bought when I purchased a PS3 was the Arkham series, and I have replayed those games again and again. Except for Origins. I'm not really a fan of Origins. The first game on my PS4, I believe, is going to be Arkham Knight. 4.
Do a barrel roll!
Now, I was raised on the Nintendo 64, and I still say that I will destroy anyone in Smash Bros. With a Donkey Kong. I started with him, and I'm gonna finish with him. Probably not the best way I could say that. Anyway, also as a kid, I played Starfox 64, and that game is a blast. I remember replaying the campaign so often that those catchphrases are never actually going to leave my skull.
We need your help, Starfox.
Can't let you do that, Starfox.
Time to show the monkeys who's boss.
This baby can take temperatures up to 9,000 degrees.
Sorry to Jeff, but I'm in a hurry.
Star Fox Zero looks like it's going to be a blast, and I'm excited to borrow my friend's Wii U to play it. However, the ship chicken does look a little ridiculous. Link in the description if you want to know what I'm talking about. 3.
Cause if you can dream, reflections in a diamond sky, come shining on through, romance will always be so new.
Alright, flat out, I'm not an artist. I can't draw, I can't animate, but Dream looks amazing. I would love to see the imagination that comes from this unique idea. The best way I could describe it is, do you remember those old magnet boards where you had a stylus, you tapped the surface with it, and black stuff appeared, and the only way to get rid of it was to slide a slider to knock it back down? Well, imagine a 3D version of that where you can save the picture, modify it, save it again, and in doing so, make a video. Like I said, personally, I don't think I can create anything that amazing. I'm just excited to see the creations. 2. Now, over the past couple of months, I played through the entire existing Uncharted series, and the gameplay trailer for Uncharted 4 gets me pumped. Also, personally, story-wise, I liked 3 the best. With gameplay, I kinda like the second one. But I've yet to be disappointed by a Naughty Dog game, and this one looks fantastic. I had fun playing the other ones, I believe I'm gonna have fun playing this one. All I ask is will you get Nathan Fillion to do the movie already? 1. The PlayStation 2 defined my teenage years. Rock Band, Mortal Kombat, Spider-Man 2, GTA San Andreas, but most of my time was spent on Shadow of the Colossus. I love that game so much. So, of course, my number 1 pick is going to be The Last Guardian. A puzzle game where a massive creature is your companion is a fantastic concept, and knowing that it's finally coming after so much speculation, I'm so happy. It's time to bring out and wear out that old Shadow of the Colossus disc. Alright, before the hate just piles onto me, let me say, I didn't grow up to Final Fantasy. Alright? I never played the games, I never enjoy RPGs, so the Final Fantasy remake coming just didn't excite me. So that's why I wasn't on the list. I'm sorry. I just don't like those type of games. Anyway, what were you most excited coming out of E3, and what do you think you'll be playing for the next couple of days? Anyways, it's time to end our show, like always, with our closing thought. Show me a sane man, and I will cure him for you. From psychiatrist Carl Jung. And that, my friends, will signal the end of today's prescription. Theme music is Computer by State Shirt. I do not own any of the other music clips or audio clips that I used today, and all other music was provided by freestockmusic.ca. Be sure to check out The Pill's Facebook page and Twitter accounts to keep up to date with the show, or email me at thepill, all one word, all lowercase, at outlook.com. And a reminder to come back Wednesday for Billboard Blitz. And until then, I'm your host, Andrew Ferris. Have a good day.